Hello, how are you? Good.
What is
Alpha 1 antitrypsin is a genetic disease in which your liver does not produce the enzymes to protect its liver and its lungs from its own blood cells, and so it sees them as a foreign object.
How did you get alpha 1?
Walking down, no. I got it from both my parents.
Your father has it?
My father has it, my mother's a carrier.
Okay, what are some of the symptoms that you have?
Shortness of breath, emphysema, COPD, chronic bronchitis, and petechiae. Petechiae are red blotches on the skin that sometimes can rupture and cause pain.
When and how were you diagnosed?
I started exhibiting symptoms when I was about 18. Hold on. When I was about 17 or 18, I started having shortness of breath. I was pregnant with you at the time. They thought it was because I was pregnant. Sometimes pregnant women get shortness of breath. And then after I had you, I continued on with the shortness of breath. And I was diagnosed with anxiety. And then another doctor said that it was asthma. And then I was diagnosed with early emphysema.
What are some of the tests used to diagnose?
A blood test is used. They also do, and that's a yearly blood test to check my levels of the enzyme. And the other test that we do is pulmonary function tests, and that's where you breathe into a machine and it measures how much force you use to breathe in and out, and also chest x-rays and CAT scans of my lungs. Well, there's not really stages. I have COPD, chronic bronchitis, and asthma, and emphysema. My father's full on. He's on oxygen, completely disabled. He's 56 years old. Completely disabled. Like I said, on oxygen all the time. He can't breathe at all. He goes into the hospital 6-7 times a year. There is no cure for alpha 1. If it's caught when you're a baby, which baby shows symptoms of jaundice and the liver disease part of it, if it's caught when you're a baby and you have symptoms, you can have a liver transplant. Unfortunately, when you get older and you're diagnosed, you don't qualify for that because of the fact that the damage that it does also damages your lungs. So there is no cure. The treatment is prolastin, which is an enzyme that your body's missing. It's donated when people donate plasma or blood. Donate. Saves lives. And what that is it's infused into your body once a week. It runs on my mother's side of the family. So my grandmother on my father's side, it runs on. My paternal grandmother's family, it runs on her side. I have not tested my children for it because of the fact of it'll be hard as they become adults to get insurance because of a pre-existing medical condition. And unfortunately, as of right now, the insurance companies can still turn you away. In 2014, they can't turn you away, but as of now, they can still turn you away. But I had their father tested, and their father is not a carrier or does not have it. So the chances of my kids having it are basically nil, but they can be carriers. So once they become adults and get screened for the disease, then they can have their spouse screened for it also. At this point in time, breathing treatments. Be really, really careful when I get sick during cold and flu season. I always get my flu shot. Because what affects you as a common cold will turn into full-blown bronchitis and eventually into pneumonia for me during this time of year. So I make sure I get my flu shots. I make sure I wash my hands. I try to stay away from people that are sick. Unfortunately, I am in the medical field, so there's not very many staying away from people that are sick. My other treatment that I get is yearly chest x-rays, CAT scan of my lungs. That's about it. Becoming like my father. I'm afraid of dying because of this. I look at how sick my father is, being so young, and the things that he can't do. I want to get on the floor and play with my grandbabies. I don't want to be sitting up there with grandma on oxygen. I want to be the fun grandma, the one that gets on the floor and plays with them and has a good time. And so that scares me. Don't smoke. It's very bad for you.
Yeah, John.
That's it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.